A lot of people don't understand this part. The way you see yourself, the way you treat yourself, the way you carry yourself, that's the foundation of everything you're trying to build. It's not about clothes, it's not about chains, it's not even about money. It's about respect. Because when you respect yourself, you start setting a tone for how the world got to treat you. See, self-image ain't just what you see in the mirror, it's what you feel when you look at yourself. It's your standards, your mindset, your discipline, your aura. It's the way you walk into a room when people can tell you care. You take your time with yourself. You invest in yourself. That energy speaks louder than anything you could ever post. You ever notice how people move different when they're confident in who they are? They don't got to talk loud. They don't got to prove nothing. Their presence say it all. That's what self-respect looks like in motion. It's quiet. It's steady. It's consistent. It's how you hold your head when you broke. It's how you show up when nobody's watching. It's how you keep your routine tight, your body right, your thoughts clear, and your purpose sharp. Start respecting yourself on a deeper level. Everything in your life starts to shift. Your circle gets smaller. Your vision gets clearer. You stop entertaining certain conversations. You stop dressing for attention and start dressing with intention. You stop moving sloppy. You stop chasing validation. You become addicted to becoming better. Not for likes, not for applause, but because you know what you're worth. The truth is, a lot of people don't fall short because they ain't talented. They fall short because they never learn how to honor themselves. They treat themselves like they average. They move like they don't matter. They let the world tell them who they are. But when you build your self-image with intention, nobody can take that from you. You build it brick by brick. That's why I tell people, start showing up for yourself the way you wish others would show up for you. Start investing that time, that care, that energy into you. You want people to see greatness in you? You got to see it first. You want people to respect you? You got to move like you already earned that respect. The mirror don't lie, but it'll show you where the work needs to be done. Some days you ain't gonna feel like it. You'll wake up tired. You'll question yourself. You'll slip up. But you can't let that be the end of your story. You got to remember why you started. Every time you clean up, hit the gym, take care of your body, your mind, your space, you're telling the universe, I'm ready for more. That's the language of self-respect. And let's be real, it's not about being perfect. It's about progress. You might not have the flashiest fit, but your vibe clean. You might not have designer, but your spirit speaks volumes. You might not be rich yet, but your energy already wealthy. That's what happens when you get addicted to your own improvement. You start glowing different. People feel it before they even understand it. Look, nobody's coming to build you up if you don't build yourself first. That mirror in front of you, that's your competition. That's your reminder. That's your accountability partner. Stop waiting for people to validate your worth. Start showing up like you already know it. Because the minute you start respecting yourself, the world don't got a choice but to follow your lead. So yeah, self-image is self-respect. It's not vanity. It's not ego. It's a reflection of how serious you are about your own potential. You can't fake that. You can't borrow that. You gotta live that. Every day you walk out your door, ask yourself, what story am I telling with how I show up? Because the way you look, the way you move, the way you speak, that's your introduction to the world before you even say a word. Carry yourself like you believe in something bigger. Stand tall, keep your spirit clean, stay consistent with how you present yourself. Because one day that same self-image you built will become the foundation of your success. Respect yourself so deeply that you make it impossible for anyone to ever question your value again. That's the real flex. When your appearance speaks of discipline, your energy speaks of peace, and your presence speaks of purpose. Before anybody hears your words, they feel your energy. Before you even open your mouth, the room already decided who you are. That's why energy gonna always come before attention. You can fake a smile, you can wear designer, you can chase trends, but energy don't lie. It's something you can't dress up, can't buy, can't post. It's the part of you that speaks when you're silent. People spend so much time trying to be seen, but they forget to be felt. You can't chase attention and expect respect. Real power comes from what's inside you, not what you're showing off. When your energy right, attention come naturally. You ain't gotta beg for it, you ain't gotta force it. The world gravitates to authenticity, and authenticity lives in energy. See, attention is quick. It fades. It moves on to the next thing. But energy, that's legacy. When your energy is strong, focused, grounded, people remember how you made them feel long after you're gone. They remember the way your presence shifted the space. They remember how calm you stayed when everything around you was loud. That's real control. That's power. You ever walk in a room and just feel somebody's vibe before they even speak? That's energy doing its work. It's invisible, but it's real. That's why you gotta protect yours like it's gold. Because once your energy gets off balance, once you start chasing approval, once you start performing for clout, you lose your essence. You stop being magnetic and start being noisy. Attention is the currency of the loss. Energy is the currency of the focus. When you're rooted in purpose, your presence alone becomes a message. You don't gotta announce who you are, it's written all over you. The way you move, the way you think, the way you respond to life, that's your energy signature. But it takes work to keep that energy clean. It means cutting off people who drain you. It means walking away from chaos, even when it's comfortable. It means saying no to things that look good but feel wrong. That's self-mastery. That's what separates the ones who make noise from the ones who make history. Attention is easy to buy. We can post something crazy, go viral, get a few eyes on you. But what happens after that? Does your presence last when the lights disappear? Does your name hold weight when you leave the room? That's where energy wins every time. Because people can forget your words, they can unfollow your page, but they can't forget your frequency. When your energy's in alignment, doors open for you that hard work alone couldn't. People want to work with you not because you loud, but because your spirit feels solid. You bring peace, focus, and vision to the table. You can't teach that. You got to build that from within. That's why you got to stop chasing attention. Let attention chase you. Move with quiet confidence. Be the one that people can't figure out, but can't ignore either. Stay grounded in your lane. Keep your energy pure, and you'll realize real recognition don't come from making noise. It comes from making impact. You want to know who really powerful, the one who can walk in silence and still shift the atmosphere. The one who don't talk about what they're doing, they just do it. The one whose energy introduces them before their name does. That's the level you should be chasing, not attention, not applause, but alignment. Because attention is like wind. It blows wherever people look next. But energy is like gravity. It pulls what belongs to you closer. So protect your peace, guard your focus, and keep your intentions pure. You don't need to broadcast everything. You don't need to compete. Just keep building your frequency higher. The truth is, people can't connect to what's fake for long, but they'll always recognize what's real. You don't got to scream to be seen. You just got to become something that can't be ignored. The glow that comes from peace, purpose, and consistency, that's something no spotlight can create. When your energy's right, the universe starts to respond. The opportunities, the people, the moments, they all align with that frequency. You start to attract instead of chase. You start to flow instead of force. That's what happens when you prioritize your energy over attention. So keep your vibration high. Stay intentional with your moves. Let your presence speak before your mouth does, because attention might get you in the room, but only your energy will keep you there. Everybody want to win, but not everybody want to do it every day. That's the difference. Consistency, that's the real currency. That's the thing that separates the talkers from the doers, the dreamers from the builders. You can have talent, you can have ideas, you can even have luck. But if you don't show up every day with discipline, all that means nothing. See, consistency is about proving it to yourself. It's not for the crowd. It's not for applause. It's you versus you. It's getting up on days when nobody's clapping for you, when nobody's watching your grind. Still putting in the work when the results ain't showing yet. That's where character gets built. That's where greatness gets shaped. Most people quit too early. They want fast success, fast recognition, fast validation. But anything that comes fast, fades fast. The real players know you build slow, you build steady, and you stay locked in. Every rep, every move, every moment of discipline, that's like stacking money in a vault. You might not see it right now, but that account building up. And one day that consistency starts paying interest. When you stay consistent, you start earning trust, not just from people, but from the universe. It's like life starts saying, all right, I see you showing up. Let me meet you halfway. That's when things start lining. That's when doors open. Not because you're lucky, but because you're reliable. You prove that you can carry the weight of what you pray for. The thing about consistency is it don't look glamorous. It's repetition. It's routine. It's the same grind every day. But that's what makes it powerful. You sharpening your skills, you mastering your craft, you becoming undeniable. People might overlook you in the short term, but they can't ignore you forever, because eventually consistency makes noise all by itself. You ever notice how the ones who win long term ain't always the flashiest? They just never stop. They outlasted everybody else. while others took breaks, got distracted, gave up. They kept stacking days of effort. That's the secret nobody want to talk about. Endurance beats excitement every time. You got to treat your grind like a job. You clock in regardless of mood. You show up regardless of motivation. Motivation fades, but consistency stays. That's how you build something that lasts, whether it's your body, your brand, your mindset, or your legacy. Every day you stay consistent, you invest in your future self. The real flex is patience. It's knowing your work gonna pay off even if nobody believes it yet. It's keeping your focus when people stop checking for you. It's still creating when the numbers drop. Because at the end of the day, consistency teaches you how to trust the process more than the results. People get addicted to the high of progress, but the truth is, progress don't always show up loud. Sometimes it's quiet, sometimes it's invisible, but it's happening. Every time you stay committed, you move a step closer. Every time you show up, you reinforce your foundation. You're building something that can't be shaken. Consistency also builds identity. You start seeing yourself differently. You stop saying, I'm trying, and start saying, I'm doing. You stop hoping for change and start becoming the change. You start realizing that being disciplined ain't about restriction, it's about freedom. Because once you master consistency, you can trust yourself to finish what you start. You can't buy that kind of strength. You earn it through repetition, through patience, through self-accountability. The same way you build muscle, day by day, set by set, that's how you build your life. You might not notice the growth every morning, but one day you look back and realize you turned consistency into success. And don't confuse consistency with perfection. You're gonna fall off some days. You're gonna miss a step. That's part of it. The key is to not stay down. Get back up, reset, keep moving. The ones who win ain't the ones who never fell. They're the ones who never stay down. So when it gets boring, when it feels repetitive, remind yourself this is where the real growth happens. Anybody can show up once, anybody can go hard for a week, but the one who keeps going when it's no longer exciting, that's the one who cashes out in the end. Consistency is the quiet hustle that builds empires. It don't scream, it don't flex, it just works. And one day, the same routine you once questioned becomes the reason you're standing where others gave up. So keep showing up, keep doing the reps, keep building brick by brick, because when the moment comes, all that consistency, that's your currency. That's what's gonna make everything you dreamed of finally pay off. That mirror in front of you, that's the real test, not the crowd, not the comments, not the opinions. That reflection right there, that's who you being, who you are, and who you becoming. Most people scared to look at it too long because it tells the truth. You can't lie to your reflection. It shows the discipline, it shows the doubt, it shows the growth, and it shows the pain you're still holding on to. That's why mirror work is more than looking good, it's about looking real. When you stand in front of that mirror, you're facing yourself with no filters. You see everything you've been avoiding, the habits, the excuses, the choices. You see your story written on your face and you realize that every mark, every line, every scar got a reason. That's your life talking to you. But most people are too busy to listen. They want to skip the inner part, go straight to the outer glow. But the truth is, you can't polish the outside and expect peace on the inside. You gotta do both. You gotta build yourself from within. You can't love the reflection if you hate the person inside. You can't walk with confidence if you're so tired. Mirror work is where you start building alignment, where your outside starts matching your inside. When you look at yourself long enough, you start hearing that voice deep down saying, you can do better, you deserve better, you are better. That's the part that wakes you up. Every morning, that mirror gives you two choices: repeat your patterns or rewrite your story. Most people don't realize how much power sits in that moment. You can literally set your energy for the whole day. You can decide to move like the person you're becoming, not the person you were yesterday. That's where the transformation starts. Not in the gym, not in the grind, but in the mirror. When you start doing that inner work, you stop running from yourself. You stop pretending. You stop chasing temporary validation. You start facing what's broken so you can rebuild it the right way. That's when real growth happens, when you start holding yourself accountable with love, not shame. You start saying, all right, I messed up, but I'm still standing. I still got time to fix it. That's what strength looks like. You start to understand that confidence ain't about perfection, it's about connection. It's about standing in front of that mirror and saying, I see me. I'm not hiding from me anymore. Once you reach that level, nobody can play with your peace because you already faced the toughest person you'll ever meet, yourself. That reflection will test you though. Some days you look and feel unstoppable. Other days you'll see someone tired, someone lost. But that's part of the process. The mirror not just there to praise you, it's there to remind you to keep going. Every version of you had a purpose, even the ones that struggled. Every season built something in you. That's why you can't skip the mirror work, because that's how you connect the dots between your past, your pain, and your power. You gotta start asking yourself the hard questions when you look in that mirror. Are you proud of the effort you're giving? Are you living in alignment with your purpose? Are you feeding your spirit the same way you feed your image? You can't fake those answers. That reflection always tells the truth. But here's the beauty of it. The more inner work you do, the stronger that reflection gets. You start seeing peace instead of pressure. You start seeing growth instead of guilt. You start recognizing the light that was there all along. You just had to clean the lens. The mirror don't change. You do. And when you finally align your reflection with your reality, you become magnetic. People feel that authenticity. They see that glow that don't come from lighting, but from healing. That's the kind of energy that can't be copied. That's what draws blessings your way. Not just because you look confident, but because you are confident from the inside out. So keep standing in front of that mirror, even when it's uncomfortable. Keep talking to yourself with power, not pity. Keep fixing what needs fixing, not for the world, but for you. Because when you master that reflection, you master your direction. The mirror ain't judging you. It's guiding you. It's showing you where you came from, what you've overcome, and who you still got the chance to become. That's the real work, looking yourself in the eye and saying, oh, I'm not done yet. Every day you face that mirror, you remind yourself you're still building, still growing, still becoming. And when your inner work starts showing on your face, that's when the world finally sees what you've been working on all along. When you step out that door, you're sending a message before you say a word. The way you carry yourself, the way you move, the way you present your energy, it all speaks for you. That's why you gotta look like you're going somewhere even if you ain't there yet. You don't wait till you make it to act like you belong. You move like it's already yours because your appearance is part of your vision. It's not about showing off or trying to impress anybody. It's about alignment. It's about representing your goals before they even manifest. You dress how you wanna be addressed. You walk like opportunity, go meet you halfway. You carry yourself like your name holds weight, because when you do that long enough, life starts to match that frequency. Looking like you're going somewhere ain't just about clothes, it's about posture, energy, and presence. You can wear the simplest fit, but if your spirit confident, your focus sharp, your walk steady, you look like you got a purpose. People feel that, they sense that direction. They can tell you ain't lost even if you're still finding your way. The truth is, presentation is power. You don't gotta be flashy to be felt. You just gotta be intentional. Every time you step out, you telling the world, I'm serious about where I'm headed. You never know who watching, listening, who connecting dots behind the scenes. You might meet somebody that could change your life, and your energy gonna tell them if you're ready or not. So take pride in how you show up, not for vanity, for vision. When you keep yourself sharp, you move in respect for yourself and your journey. You're saying, I believe in my future enough to represent it today. That mindset changes everything. It keeps you accountable. It makes you move with purpose even when you don't feel motivated. People underestimate how much appearance affects confidence. When you take the time to clean yourself up, take care of your body, stay groomed, stay polished, it does something to your spirit. You start to feel like you're already in motion, like the future you chasing ain't that far. That's why you gotta start embodying that energy now. You can't wait till success show up to start acting successful. You ever notice how certain people just carry a different energy? They're not rich, not famous, but you can tell they're going somewhere. It's in their discipline, their eyes, their energy. They don't need to talk too much because their presence says everything. That's what happens when you build yourself from the inside out. When you move with clarity, you look like direction. And let's be real, nobody gonna believe in your dream more than you. So you gotta be your own walking billboard. You gotta show up like the brand you building is already global. You gotta move like you represent something bigger than yourself. That's how you turn vision into reality, by living like it's already real. When you look like you're going somewhere, people start treating you different. Opportunities start showing up. Not because you're lucky, but because your energy communicates belief. The world responds to confidence, and confidence comes from preparation, consistency, and pride in how you carry yourself. This ain't about pretending, it's about becoming, it's about putting yourself in alignment with the future you desire. If you see yourself as a boss, move like one. If you see yourself as an artist, dress like it, talk like it, walk like it. Every small action adds to the story you telling the world about who you are. And don't get it twisted. This ain't about wearing expensive stuff or chasing approval. It's about representing your standards. You can wear something simple and still look like power if your spirit right. Because it's not what you wear, it's how you wear it. It's not the brand, it's the energy. You can't buy that. You got to build it through confidence, discipline, and self-respect. So next time you walk out that house, remember you're not just going somewhere, you're becoming someone. Carry that energy with you. Straighten your back. Lift your chin. Move with intention. Don't let the world confuse your journey with your destination. Even if you're still in the process, look like progress. Because when you look like you're going somewhere, people start believing you are. More importantly, start believing you are. That belief becomes momentum. That momentum becomes growth. And one day you wake up and realize the person you used to pretend to be, you finally became. So keep showing up with that quiet confidence. Keep presenting yourself like your life is headed somewhere great. Because truth is, it is. The energy you put out today is the signal that pulls your tomorrow closer. And when you look like you're going somewhere long enough, you end up exactly where you're meant to be.